Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Antoine Hawkins, a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Eta Lambda chapter in Bakersfield, California. Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States. Dating back to 1865, it was on June 19th that Union soldiers, led by Major General Gordon Granger, landed in Galveston, Texas, with news that the war had ended and that the enslaved were now free. As we celebrate, we must ask the question, Juneteenth, where are we going? First, we must reflect on past injustices. Evidence of past discrimination and injustices often surfaces during contemporary discussions about social inequalities. The many prominent allegations of police misconduct draw attention to the long history of discrimination against African Americans. In light of the killing of George Floyd at the knee of a Minnesota police officer, conversations about racism in the United States cannot be untangled from the country's legacy of slavery, racism, and systemic discrimination. Secondly, we must engage in the fight for racial justice. Justice is rooted in impartiality or fairness, which requires equal respect for each person and equal rights and liberties for all, equal treatment under the law, and equal consideration of the interest of all. There is no question that these two were denied under law to slaves and their descendants in America. Thirdly, a voteless people is a hopeless people. One of the first actions that we must take moving forward is to become actively involved in our community. We need to be well informed on what is happening around us. Ensure your elected officials are representing your interest. Attend as many city council, school district, and county board of supervisor meetings that you can. Elections have been won or lost by extremely small margins simply because voter turnout was low. Thousands upon thousands of Black lives have been sacrificed so future generations could enjoy the current right to vote. There are 4 stages of freedom. Stage number 1 is self-determination. Essentially, the right to self-determination is the right of a people to determine its own destiny. In particular, the principle allows a people to choose its own political status and to determine its own form of economic, cultural, and social development. Stage number 2 is fighting the industrial prison complex system, taking a stand against the system where a disproportionate amount of African American men and women and other people of color are imprisoned, fighting the systemic and racist school-to-prison pipeline system as well. Stage number 3 is supporting our educational institutions. Let's all take a stand and enroll our children in one of our many plethora of historically Black colleges and universities, for there they will be provided with a college education that is of great quality. And finally, stage 4 is for us to invest in us, our 38 Black banks and credit unions. If on average, as an example, we moved $100 million into banks that are our own, we would infuse the bank with over $3 billion in liquid assets. Let's hold the institutions accountable with measurable goals to serve our communities, such as mortgage loans, low business interest loans, and even low interest student loans. As a nation, without question, if we catch the vision, this is where we are going.